folks? Welcome to another show of Sports Focus. I'm your host, John McNeil. Welcome, Mr. McIntosh. Yes, sir. And Mr. Kevin Sibbles. How we doing today?
We're doing good.
All right. Now, let's get right to it. Excuse me for that. We got some sad news. Todd Christensen, the all-time great Oakland Raider / Los Angeles Raider, passed away, 57 years old, died during the surgery. He had liver disease, and it died right on the table. So,
wow.
57 years old, Todd Christensen. You might, when you see the picture, you will know who he is. He was an all-time great and one of my favorite NFL players. Now, we left off talking about the J.Martin, Richie Incognito situation. Now, the question that I wanted to pose to y'all right quick is, if this was one of your kids, they was playing a professional sport, let's just say football. You had a boy. He's a grown man. And you find out that this is happening to your son. Kevin, what would you do?
I tell my son to man up and go defend himself. Don't come running home to me.
Mr. McIntosh.
I can't answer because if I answer, I'm gonna say something nobody don't gonna like what I'm gonna say. Why they doing the way he did. The truth of it, why they dislike everything. This is the second year and they call it hazing. No, it's discrimination. Because his gender.
Wait a minute, you have
his gender, what he chooses to be.
What, are you saying that he's
he's
gay?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't. Hey, this is something new.
I had two female friends of mine who looked at my girlfriend. One of my friends, they looked and said, he's gay.
Oh, really?
They looked at him and said, he look gay.
So this is
what his problem is. And that's the reason why he ain't been able to come forth and tell anything.
Oh.
That's
because that would explain the whole, there was a physical altercation, and that would explain why this went on for 2 seasons.
Explain a lot.
Because, even though a professional basketball player came out, a lot of athletes are coming out. Football, you still got that,
that tight knit.
You have to be macho, and now you got one in the group that's, not one of you, so you want to just sort of come at him.
That's the reason why, because if you look at his legacy, everything, his parents came from Harvard, all the different stuff, where he come from smart people. And
intelligent people, so he basically knows how to, don't have to do the violent thing. He probably was trying to talk to his teammates and this Richie Incognito fella.
Yep.
But why would the coaches sort of encourage that? And then you have the general manager who also wants to encourage that. Now, considering that now you're saying that he possibly is gay, now that's a whole nother thing now.
That's the reason why that the NFL didn't want the owner to talk to him, because I think they all know this, and they were trying to figure a way how they could come about and bring this forward.
Now, the biggest thing is, you also have to remember, you have where his coach has said before, he's used to hanging around people who go to those Ivy League schools. So when he started going to his school, it was like a whole culture shock, because the people from those backgrounds at a Miami, at a Oklahoma, are completely different than the person who will go to Yale,
Stanford.
Right, he's in Stanford and places like that. So they say he never had the tough gene. So, and as Shannon Sharp said though, on CBS, he said their locker room is 75% black. There's no way in the world this should have went on for as long as it did.
Nope.
With that locker room being 75% African American.
Yep. Like I said, it's a lot of other stuff behind this.
Yeah.
Well, just to let you know that the NFL has put in a special independent investigator rather, and he's going to talk to both parties, everyone involved, so that should be very interesting. I hope that they can settle this, and I hope this ain't no, Joe, he's gay, so let me come at him like that. Right. Ridiculous. This is the 21st century. If the man could play and he's doing all that, hey, That's up to that locker room to be like, okay, we don't like him. The coaches should have been like, look, okay, we got a problem. You got to go or whatever.
Yeah, they should.
No way that should have went on. All right, let's move on. Now, big news now. Ed Reed, all-time great safety. Ed Reed is no longer, he is another brother out of a job. The Houston Texans let him go. I don't know if it was because of his performance or it's because of what he said after the last loss. You know, he sort of accused the coach of saying that they were outcoached and outplayed. I was hoping that he'd come to my squad, the Cowboys, but Jerry Jones already said no. We gonna get it. We gonna get into that, brother. Now, your Eagles. Your Eagles, monsters on the road, horrible at home. Now, I just want to get out of you, how do you think this game against Washington is going to go?
I have no clue, to be honest with you, because unless that offensive line holds up and protect Nick Foles and that defense start playing like they play in gel, because the defense is gelling a lot better. Mm-hmm. If they ever get the ball off and we could win.
Kind of strange that dominant on the road, but you suck at home.
No, they've been like that for a while.
Well,
they've done it
for a couple years. But they've been like that for a couple years. It's just amazing that the transformation from home to road is usually the other way around.
I know, but I guess
it's not the vet.
It's definitely not the vet.
No, it's not the vet.
But now, as I turn, now let's talk about something that
I know you're going to do that mess. See.
Exactly. That's why I told you to leave it there.
See, I knew that was about to come out. You know, so.
Thank you, brother.
Now
let's talk about something.
We love you.
Yeah, okay.
Much love,
yeah,
brother,
okay.
much love.
You wait till I get
You
to
see,
say
I
what
gave
I'm
your
saying.
Eagles your due.
Okay.
Now let's go on to America's team, the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, New York Yankees, okay.
Oh man,
The other American.
the other.
The
Now, you're Eagle, you're a Cowboy fan. Now, this is something that I've been asking. Do you think, as a Cowboy fan, that they deserve this title of America's team? Still.
No.
Thank you.
The reason why I don't think so, because they don't present what it stood for all those years under Tom Landry into Jimmy Johnson.
Tex Schramm and Tom Landry, they made it what it is, that name,
Sure.
America's team. Mr. McIntosh, your thoughts?
Hey, I think Pittsburgh deserved that title.
I think a lot of teams, because I remember, you said Pittsburgh, I remember Mel Blount, you know, the all-time great cornerback. He said that a lot of the players didn't like that. He thought it was very disrespectful that you're going to say that this team is America's team.
But we have to remember, it wasn't the Cowboys who named it.
It was the
team.
NFL films. They did a highlight reel.
Because the star.
And the star and all that now. But my feelings on this America's team thing, I think, is over. And ever since Jerry Jones has taken over the team, he's been riding on that coattail for
American
a very
money
long
team.
time. Now, I have another question about Mr. Jones now. If the Cowboys, now, let me just back this up now. The reason why they're still America's team is, you know, you take the polls, the people say, yes, we love the Cowboys. And the money.
Yes.
They make the most money out of all the NFL teams.
Yes, they do.
And you think about in sports,
That's right.
you know, they're in the top 5.
Yes, they are.
But this is for a team that hasn't won a meaningful game since January of 1996. How is that, Jerry?
They won a playoff.
They won, but I'm talking meaningful game, brother. January 96, they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers for the Super Bowl, and that was it.
Yep.
So my thing with this America's team thing, I don't like it. They don't deserve it because America's team is supposed to be number one. They're good, and the Cowboys haven't been on that level since the 90s.
Right.
So I just don't see it, and it's really getting to me.
The worst thing about it is Jerry never wants to admit when he's wrong.
He
and
never
he
will.
never will. He's 70-something years old.
Set in his way.
Never going to back and just say, hey, I made a mistake. He definitely made a mistake Sunday night, firing that coach, Rob Ryan.
Right.
Yeah, he did.
He brought the Eagles back even.
Yes, he did. Thank you. He sure enough did.
You know, he sure did.
Rob Ryan has a smile face.
For you fans that don't know, the Cowboys got stomped 49-17 by the Saints.
But remember also, you had 2 coaches on the other sideline that he had on his payroll that
Yes, he did.
let go. Sean Payton, who was under Parcells, and knowing that Parcells wasn't going to stay for long, he let him go to New Orleans.
And you know what Jerry said, that the reason why he did not hire Payton, Sean Payton is the coach of the New Orleans Saints. At that time, he said that he thought he was a little Luffy. And that Luffy got the New Orleans Saints a Super Bowl victory and pretty much in contention
Every year.
every year. So,
Yeah. And don't forget, when Sean Payton got to New Orleans, his first order of business was to get Romo out of Dallas. But Jerry said no.
yeah.
And that's when he got Mr. Breeze.
Yep.
Breeze. So can you imagine Tony's stats if he would have went to New Orleans
Oh, man. Tony.
behind the offensive line that actually blocks?
Well, just like I said, the game, and I told you earlier, and I told you on the phone. I watched the game, and Tony Romo said this last game, I'm not going to be the scapegoat. He did not throw no intercept. He threw all
Now-
check down.
and didn't force the ball.
Now, talking about that now, this goes to Mr. Garrett. Jason Garrett, the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, and Bill Callahan. And also Mr. Kiffin, Monty Kiffin. Now, with the schedule that they have going forth, got 6 games left. Giants, the Raiders, Chicago, Green Bay, and the Philly and Washington. How do you think they fare? Me personally, from what they have shown, I see like a split,
The worst,
if that.
the worst thing is when it's the NFC against the NFC East against the NFC East, records go out the window because you don't know what team is coming on that Sunday. But against Green Bay, there's
Who
a
might
chance at
have
home.
Aaron Rodgers
back.
back.
But
by
they
that
are
game.
at home.
They are in Dallas.
Now,
still,
the
that
Chicago
kid-
game,
Chicago's on the road.
Chicago got Josh Manal. He was playing last time he
And
played.
he looked like the Bears ain't lost a step on
and
that.
then you got the kid from Packers. He was coming back on Philadelphia. He was playing pretty good.
Now, do you think if this season goes south,
he got to go.
Jason Garrett, now do you think the whole coaching staff?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
just,
Yes, the whole thing.
But, you know,
Blow up the whole
that's Jerry Jones.
But Jerry Jones, he gonna
that's his pet. Basically, I hate to, I don't know Jason
right.
Garrett, and I hate to say it like that. This is what you're showing me.
Yeah.
But that's his pet. That's his, there's no way you can have this average. He fired, you remember, he fired Chan Gailey after 2 8-8 seasons.
Yes.
They made the playoffs those years, and he still let him go.
Yes, he did.
What's the difference with this situation and Jason Garrett now?
Because he said that he did not want the same mistake done because he said with Chan, he jumped too soon.
Jumped it.
So he said he wasn't going to make that same mistake again, but
Really?
I'm thinking he said he's
Yeah,
not going
that's
to,
he
he's
did.
holding on too long right now. He has to let him go because this is a sinking ship.
It's the same.
Everybody
And-
wants Gruden,
But he would have to give up control.
Yep.
If he was going to go that way and not get a yes man, he would have to give up control. And we all know Mr. Jones
Don't want to give it
is
control.
never going to do that.
he did it once with Parcells. He gave up some to Parcells.
He just gave up
Yeah.
just a little touch of it.
But he needed to go kiss Jimmy's butt and call it a
It
day.
ain't going to happen. But my thought, I really believe that it's not going to happen. Peace out, Cowboys. And folks, that's all the time I have for you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And that's it, brother. Sports Focus out.